What if your kid's bedtime routine looked more like a VIP nightclub than a battlefield? A viral parenting hack is making waves called Club Sleep. And yes, it's as hilarious as it sounds. Today on The Village, I am giving you the top parenting news you need to know to be successful this week. Number one, a recall, and it is the second recall for a teether that is a choking hazard, and it is still on store shelves. Number two, this bedtime hack. Will it save your sanity? And number three, a kindergarten teacher is speaking out on what a child needs to know before they get to kindergarten. And no, it is not tying their shoes or opening a package for lunch. Let's dive in. First, let's start with the recall that is making parents very angry. Gerber announced a nationwide recall of their popular Soothe and Chew teething sticks. Yes, the ones that are probably in half of diaper bags right now. The recall affects all batches of their banana and strawberry apple flavors sold across major retailers. Think Walmart, Target, Amazon. The reason? Reports of choking hazards, including at least one child who needed to go to the ER. Despite a recall notice back in January, the FDA recently issued a second urgent warning because these teething sticks are still being found on store shelves. So here's what you need to do. Check your pantry, your diaper bag, your car seats, everywhere. If you find any of these guys, do not feed them to your child. Return the product to the store where you bought it for a full refund, and you don't even need the receipt. And of course, if you notice any issues after your child's used one, call your pediatrician immediately. Now, like I said, parents aren't just concerned, they're angry. And here's why. When you look at Reddit threads and Facebook groups, frustration is growing over how this was handled. Even after the first recall, parents were spotting them in stores months later. One parent summed it up perfectly, asking, how can you trust anything if recalled stuff is still being sold? There's also serious concern about trust in Gerber, a brand many of us grew up with. Some parents said, I've used Gerber for all three of my kids. If they can't pull dangerous products fast, how can we trust them with anything else? Reports that at least one child ended up in the ER after the first recall notice have only added to the outrage, and parents are calling for stricter FDA enforcement and questioning if one email blast is really enough when it comes to child safety. That said, a few parents have defended Gerber, reminding others that no product is risk-free and that supervising young children during snacks is always important, even when products are labeled safe. I know how exhausting it can feel to add recall detective to your parenting job description, but you are doing a great job at keeping your little one safe and staying informed. And as always, The Village has your back. I will keep you up to date on any safety information and recalls. Now let's move on to something that brings back some memories from pre-kid days. We're talking about the bedtime hack called Club Sleep. It might be the most creative way I've ever seen a parent get their child to go to sleep without bribing them with a popsicle or pretending the floor is lava. Check it out.
Who's ready for Club Sleep? All right, IDs, let's line up right here. Keep it single file. And where are you going? In your bed. And your name? Charlie. And what are you going to do there? Lay in your bed, possibly go to sleep?
Yeah.
All right. Come on back. You're going to get a pat down first. Spread like this. Spread. Zach's still on the right.
Have a good time, sir.
Next. Everybody, single file, single file. I need the next person up. Sir, please bring your ID. Please get out of the street, sir. Okay, welcome to Club Sleep. What's your name? Is that a passport? Oh boy. It's ladies' night, sir.
This one.
All right. All right. All right. All right. There you go. There you go. Anything in your pocket, sir?
Mom.
Turn around. I'm coming. Have a good time in the club, ma'am.
I hate this job.
her TikTok has racked up over 11 million views, and parents are left either fascinated or wondering where she gets the energy. Now, if you see this and you think, adorable, you're my people. And if you see this and think, I'm not putting on a costume, I'm too exhausted, you're also my people. Because real talk, sometimes success is just getting your kid to brush their teeth and get into bed without licking the wall. And that's okay too. But here's the cool part. Research actually shows that making routines playful can really help our kids transition into sleep mode. When kids are laughing, connecting, and feeling in control in some ways, it lowers that bedtime resistance, which for some families, especially those with sensory or behavioral challenges, can be a total game changer. Would you ever try club sleep and be team bouncer, or are you more team straight to bed? Either way, you are doing a great job by just showing up for your kids, whether you're running a nightclub or you're running purely on coffee. Now let's wrap it up with our last story of the week. It is a TikTok that went viral, but for a very different reason. Emily Perkins, a kindergarten teacher from Kentucky, was a little bit spicy with her message for parents. Listen to this.
Hey, I'm a teacher. I teach kindergarten, and a lot of people ask me all the time when they figure out that I'm a kindergarten teacher, what can they do to prepare their kid for kindergarten? What can I do? Help them open their snacks, help them tie their shoes. No, not that. Tell your kid no, okay? Tell your child no. Tell them no as a complete sentence. And do not teach them that telling them no invites them to argue with you, okay? Because if I can't tell your child no as an adult and they don't respect the no, they're basically unteachable. You can validate your child's feelings without being a pushover. You can. I heard a parent tell me that they don't tell their child no because it triggers them. If you cannot tell your child no, your child's teacher probably can't tell them no either. And if your child's teacher can't tell them no, it's really hard to help them learn.
Interesting, right? Thinking about that word no and how it will cross over into their ability to follow directions in school, engage in structured activities, all the things that kindergarten is really built on. Now let's look at some of the reactions from the public. A lot of teachers and parents backed her up big time. I love this one quote that said, "It's not just about obedience, it's about resilience." And another parent nailed it when they said, if they can't handle no from a parent, how are they going to handle it from a coach, a boss, or later on, a college professor? But and there was going to be a but. Not everyone agreed 100%. Some parents, especially those in the gentle or attachment parenting circles, they pointed out that it's not just about saying no more often. They want to make sure kids still feel heard and supported. Honestly, as a parent of two and an educator that specializes in children with behavioral challenges, I can see both sides. Kids absolutely need to understand the word no and realize it's not the end of the world. But they do also need support because their prefrontal cortex and their impulse control and their ability to handle the word no is not the same for us as adults. And if you're wondering, well, where's the line? Good news. On Friday, I am doing a deeper dive into this topic. I am pulling up 3 of the top experts in this area with what they say, and I'm giving a very balanced view. A little bit of gentle parenting, a little bit of classic parenting, and a little bit of neuroscience. So which headline grabbed you the most this week? Was it the recall? Was it club sleep? Or was it that kindergarten advice? I will see you soon.